Now, we will study about the need of curriculum evaluation. So, see and enjoy this learning, and I do hope that after passing through this you will be able to understand that what is the scope and what is the need of curriculum evaluation. Need of curriculum evaluation. Curriculum evaluation is specifically concerned with the methodical process of identifying and evaluating the degree of competency of the learning experiences at a certain academic level. This is very true to say that when we evaluate any education system, we are able to understand that the degree of competency of the learning experiences and what kind of competency the student has acquired after passing through these all kind of learning experiences. So, curriculum evaluation is specifically concerned with the methodical process of identifying and evaluating the degree of competency. So, how far the students become competent, how far the student has achieved that particular knowledge, these all are assessed by passing through curriculum evaluation. So, the first and foremost need is that we try to understand that how far the students are able to achieve that particular knowledge. It also helps in undertaking a systematic analysis of the course, its prerequisites and its place in the efficiency of the program as a whole by evaluating all its contents. So, by passing through curriculum, we also can check that how far the prerequisites of the course that we have implemented before start of the any education system, the modalities that we have prepared. So, these all kind of prerequisites that considered for that particular curriculum are at the kind of appropriate, just to know that whether these all modalities, norms, conditions that we have framed, are these prerequisites are appropriate for that particular grade, we can also assess these all. So, it also helps in undertaking a systematic analysis of the course, its prerequisites and its place in the efficiency of the program, how far it is contributing to our educational program to fulfill the objectives by evaluating all its contents. At least the curriculum evaluator can define that how far these all components are effective for curriculum evaluation. The curriculum evaluation is a crucial step in the adoption and implementation of any new curriculum in any educational setting, because its main goal is to ascertain whether the recently adopted curriculum is meeting its goal and yielding the desired results. So, the same kind of message this slide gives you, that we want to know that the desired objectives have been achieved and whether the student have achieved the desired level of competency and they are able to perform best in the outer environment after going or passing through this course. So, this implementation strategies are evaluated in that way. It is also essential because it collects the data that will help in identifying areas in need of improvement of change. So, what kind of data is required, just to know that what changes are required here? This data that we collect at the time of process of evaluation, we can also utilize to check it that what kind of improvement is needed here and what kind of improvement is not needed, the things are going on a smooth pathway. So, these all data that we collected depicts this kind of statements and this kind of messages to the principals, to the managers and to the teachers and to the supervisors or other say stakeholders that this kind of change is needed here and this kind of improvement is needed here, because here we are not able to achieve the highest level of goals of education system. Curriculum evaluation will guide whether the results have equaled or exceeded the standard, because I told you that we try to understand that the criteria of national objectives, what the nation demands, what are the expectation of a nation from the schools, whether they have achieved it or a kind of change is needed here. So, these curriculum evaluation will guide whether the results have equaled or exceeded the standards. Curriculum evaluation provides information necessary for teachers, school manager and parents. So, all the kind of information that is essential for curriculum evaluation, we try to collect the data and we try to understand whether these all information that we have gathered for curriculum evaluation, it provides all kind of information. These data provide all kind of information to the curriculum evaluators and it is essential for curriculum evaluation. Examine and evaluate the historical, philosophical, ethical, socio-economic and political influence on curriculum. Because we have prepared any curriculum in context of philosophical, sociological and psychological perspectives, so we also try to understand that what kind of influences are there and what kind of strategies that we have followed are being achieved in these all perspectives that I told right now. So, next slide. Evaluate curriculum methods and structures in relation to national curricular standards and to national value added mandates always. It assists in determining the content, teaching strategies, learning opportunities, educational facilities, selection of staff and goal setting that needs to be improved. So, what kind of content is suitable for that particular grade, what the methodology is suitable for that particular place, that particular curriculum, and opportunities provided were adequate or certain kind of changes needed here, educational facilities that is related to resources, what kind of resources are needed and the availability of resources. So, these all kind of things we try to evaluate with the help of curriculum evaluation. So, the need of curriculum evaluation is number one, to know whether the school has achieved the objectives as per national standards. Number two, the goals and the objectives that we decided to observe the change in behavior of the students are being achieved. And the third one is that the all kind of other factors, that is content, teaching strategies, learning experiences, opportunities, whether they have given the full space in curriculum. So, these all kind of information we can collect by passing through curriculum evaluation. It also fulfills the informational needs of administrators, policy makers and other members of the public regarding the educational system. Curriculum evaluation helps in assessing the different components of the curriculum, that is objectives, content, methods, evaluation procedures for the assessment of the students. It involves evaluating the design, development and implementation of a curriculum. So, this is also a kind of evaluation process that helps to assess the objectives, textbook content, methodology and other kind of assessment procedures that being adopted by the school or higher education institution to check the progress of the students. It primarily refers to observation and judgments made about what actually happens in the institution, through judgments about what students have achieved and what else may also be included. So, there is a space for the addition, there is a space for the reduction. Curriculum evaluation does not confine only up to student achievement, but it includes the total process of teaching and learning also. Every action taken by students and teachers is assessed both qualitatively and quantitatively. Qualitatively means that we also give space to the opinions of teachers, opinions of students and opinions of other stakeholders, those who are coming and those who are having a certain place in education system, like parents, like policy makers, curriculum framers, curriculum workers, etc. So, curriculum evaluation is also needed to know the views, opinions of all the stakeholders. Along with this, we collect the data because we try to frame the questionnaires, we try to frame the interview schedules, we try to frame the kind of opinions and rating scale, sometime checklist. So, these all tools that we use to collect the quantitative data. So, curriculum evaluation is a process where qualitative as well as the quantitative data are collected by the curriculum evaluator, and we try to interpret both the data with in the light of the national objectives or in the light of the goals and objectives framed by the educational institutions. The total change of behavior of a student is evaluated. The term change of behavior includes cognitive, affective and psychomotor behaviors. The evaluation process involves three different kinds of activities. First is, to what extent have the educational goals been achieved? How far the learning experiences are effective? Number 3, what changes in behavior have occurred in the students? So, the first question is that to what extent have the educational goals been achieved? That we evaluate in the light of social, sociological and psychological perspectives and considering the criteria of national goals also. So, how extent and what extent the educational goals been achieved, this is the first question that we cover under the process of curriculum evaluation. Second is how far the learning experiences are effective, that we can assess with the help of academic achievement of students, whether the students are making good progress in the class or a kind of improvement is needed in teaching learning process. What changes in behavior have occurred in the students, whether the behavior of the students whether there is any kind of change in the behavior of the students that we observed before start of the curriculum and that we observed after passing through this particular curriculum. So, this changes that we see in the behavior of the students, the difference in the behavior, the difference in the scores of pre-test and post-test, that decide the effectiveness of that particular curriculum. So, curriculum evaluation determines the worth or value of the curriculum, that is whether the curriculum is fulfilling the purposes for which it was formulated. Curriculum evaluation is a crucial stage since an inappropriate curriculum can lead to major issues such as not meeting the demands of society and individuals and placing a significant burden on students. So, such kind of issues that we see, that the bag of the student is heavy and there is heavy load on the shoulders of the students, such kind of questions that raises from the society or from the family or from the parents. So, these kind of questions can also be assessed, can also be evaluated by passing through this curriculum evaluation, and suggestions and modifications that are given by the experts are added in order to make the curriculum more effective. Such as not meeting the demands of society, it also happens that what the expectation of a society, the curriculum is not fulfilling these all. So, this is also a kind of question mark for the school. So, we try to assess that curriculum with the help of all kind of questions, or all kind of aspirations, all kinds of demands that the students, that the society say or the society expects from the school, such as not meeting the demands of society and individuals and placing a significant burden on students, that I told you right now, that such kind of questions are solved by the curriculum evaluation. Since the provision of effective, meaningful, need-based and logical curriculum content depends on the development of the learners, curriculum evaluation holds a significant position. Good resources help students make the changes they want to. Therefore, the quality of the curriculum material must be guaranteed. They should, however, be acceptable to both teachers and students. They ought to be useful and appropriate for the current educational environment. Evaluation alone can guarantee this. Evaluation aids in curriculum modification to suitably address the escalating issues. In short, the need for curriculum evaluation arises out of the following reasons: to include the recent advancements in the field of knowledge for meeting new challenges and concerns, to eliminate information from the curriculum that is no longer relevant and redundant, to identify the gap between the requirements of the next class and the objectives of the suitable present grade, and to fill in these gaps with learning experiences, to make the curriculum more efficient in achieving the determined objectives. The need of the curriculum also arises from the following questions: do the students understand adequately the contents of various subjects taught? Do the students accept the curriculum? Can the curriculum be used effectively in normal school settings? Does the curriculum need special facilities for its proper implementation? Does the curriculum include experiences and activities that promote learning? Does the curriculum provide for meeting individual differences of the students? Are the course material easily accessible to the students financially? Can the curriculum program be finished in the allotted time? Is the curriculum load reasonable? What type of processes and method should be used in evaluating curriculum? What type of tools should be used in the evaluation of the curriculum? The goal of curriculum evaluation is to provide guidance for enhancing the current program and to assess its overall effect on students' learning and motivation. So, the curriculum evaluation helps in reorganizing course content and teaching learning strategies in a more effective manner. Self-evaluation and overall validation are the ways and means of evaluation. Students, professional evaluators, the peer group and the evaluator are other sources of evaluation. So, these are the sources that we have already discussed but here we should understand that the stakeholders of the education system are the main source of evaluation, and that we consider them, that they will give the opinion or opinion of valuable opinion, so that we can improve the curriculum. The components identified for evaluation are goals and objectives, prerequisites like entry level knowledge, contents, processes, outputs, assessment procedures, references, etc. A variety of methods could be used to gather evaluation data, such as generating student opinion, subjective assessment, student accomplishment, measurement, etc. Evaluative information can be used best by improving teaching learning strategies and ensuring the introduction of new courses. So, this information is very useful, that by ensuring that the other courses are going well. So, just to explore the needs of the students, just to explore the needs of the society and to explore the aspiration of the society, at least we can introduce new course in education system. So, evaluative information can be used best by improving teaching learning strategies and ensuring the introduction of new courses, etc. So, this is about the need of curriculum that we have discussed here, and we can see it as a totality, or I can give the conclusion of this all need of curriculum evaluation in few points. Say for example, first slide is saying that the curriculum evaluation is very essential to know the competencies of the students. Competencies in terms of expression, competencies in terms of reading skills, competencies in terms of writing skills, and competencies in terms of making or performing any experiment. So, the pre-test and post-test, that scores decide whether there is any difference in the change of behavior of the students. So, just to know the output or outproduct of the classroom teaching, we need this curriculum evaluation. And the second point says that whatever the objectives we have framed before applying any curriculum, so here is the need that we should know that the prerequisites or the objectives that we have framed before start of the curriculum, whether we are able to achieve the objectives as per the national goals, or whether we are able to achieve certain kind of requirement that we have framed, or we could able to check it in the behavior of the students. So, what kind of objectives we have framed, we can check it in this curriculum evaluation. Another kind of need arises that we want a kind of desirable results, desirable findings. So, whether the resources utilized maximum, and whether the recently adopted curriculum meeting the desired goals that framed in the light of this philosophical, sociological and psychological context. So, we collect the data also just to identify the need of improvement of the change also, because it is a long process, and as we start this this academic session, we start the evaluation also. So, at each and every step we are having quantitative data, at each and every step we are having qualitative data. So, making the kind of research or collecting the data, interpreting the data, analyzing the data, organizing the data, we reached at the end of the academic session about the total processes that go on throughout the academic session. So, the total summative evaluation is at the end of the academic session that gives the guidelines that how far we are able to achieve the objectives of any education system. So, whether the result have exceeded the standard, I told you, and information necessary for teachers, school managers, parents, we all provide this to the curriculum evaluator. Examine and evaluate the historical, philosophical, ethical, socio-economic and political influence on curriculum. We also check it, and we need, and this is very essential process of curriculum evaluation, because national value added mandates, and we try to understand the pedagogical practices that have been launched in the school are appropriate, or whether there is a kind of need to improve it. You know that this discussion, this lecture by the resource persons, that sometime webinar, seminar, why do we organize these all? We organize these all to make the concepts more clear. As we are discussing on the particular topic and we are moving towards a kind of smoothly running all the modalities of that particular concepts. So, this makes a clear picture of that particular chapter in the brain of the students. So, repetitive exercises in the form of discussions, in the forms of lecture by the resource person, or it may be kind of quiz, it may be kind of competition, it may be kind of small segments of knowledge divided into smaller units and presented to the students. So, such kind of strategies that we apply to any education institution, we do this just to enrich the cognitive domain of the students and to bring the weaker students of the class to the satisfactory level, to bring their progress to the satisfactory level, because it is very essential. So, need of the curriculum evaluation is also here just to make the system effective, improve the system, modify the system, as well as to improve the academic achievement of the weaker students also. And this is also fruitful for administrators and policymakers, because what they have decided when the program was launched, now at least they are able to understand that the program launched was effective or certain kind of need is required here. So, this is a kind of information the curriculum evaluation provide to us. And another kind of need that arises in the educational institution for curriculum evaluation is related to textbook content also. If the textbook content is difficult or the textbook content is too low, so both kind of standards are not sufficient and not good for our education institutions, because it is a requirement that we have to consider all the students in the classroom. Nowadays, we are following the inclusive approach. Why we are taking this approach? Because we want to see the progress of all the students, whether they are handicapped, whether they are having any kind of disability, or they are having any kind of problem, and we are also making this equality also that the girls and boys both be giving the equal opportunities. So we are trying to achieve the objectives of National Education Policy 2020. And this policy is based on 5 basic principles, that is equity, equality, quality, accountability, affordability, and a kind of feasibility. So we try to encourage girls students, we try to encourage disabled students, we try to encourage participation of all the marginalized section of the society, and we are trying to achieve those who are tribes and those who could not get the chance for getting the education. So different kind of schemes we can launch on the basis of that. So evaluation is also needed just to know that how far the students are and financially weak, and we should provide certain kind of reinforcement to them in the form of financial assistance. So launching different kind of government schemes, by launching different schemes of the society, and by launching different kind of other kind of incentives providing to other students, to those who are really in need of it. So these all incentives we can provide to our students after passing through curriculum evaluation, because the curriculum evaluation tell us that what is needed here that we could not do. So the gap that we have to fill just to make the national objectives, to achieve the national objectives, and to achieve the other kind of success in implementation of various courses. So this is about this need of the curriculum. These questions are very important questions that I have framed here, that to what extent have the educational goals been achieved? How far the learning experiences are effective? What changes in behavior have occurred in the students? So these 3 questions gives the total picture of the evaluation, curriculum evaluation. Because the first question says about the educational goals, whether we have achieved, or in the light of all the bases that we have discussed earlier, and we try to check it that how far we are able to achieve these national goals, and how far the learning experiences are effective, that is by observing the progress of the students, by checking the change in behavior of the students, and by the difference in scores of pre-test and post-test also. And the third question is that what changes in behavior have occurred in the students. Automatically, if the students are able to give the reply and able to reply the questions that asked by the teacher, and able to reply on the paper pencil test, able to express their own views, and having the skills, writing skills, reading skills, psychomotor skills, drawing something, and they are trying to do something out of the box. So these all kind of behavioral changes can be assessed with the help of curriculum evaluation. So these 3 questions that framed here are very important, that gives the clear picture of our curriculum evaluation. So worth of value of the curriculum, that is whether the curriculum is fulfilling the purposes for which it was formulated. Curriculum evaluation is a crucial stage, since an inappropriate curriculum can lead to major issues. Sometimes it happens that the evaluation is not effective and the curriculum is not effective, and we are not able to perform, or we are not able to get the goals or the objectives that we have framed. So that creates a lot of issues and lot of problems also. So therefore, it is very essential that a curriculum evaluation should be needed at the initial. Therefore, the curriculum evaluation is needed at the initial stages of when the curriculum is implemented, passing through all the processes and to the end. So, since from first initial point to the last, these all steps need curriculum evaluation. So, this is about the need of the curriculum evaluation, and we have quantitative data, we have qualitative data. On the basis of this quantitative data, we collect the data, we organize the data, we interpret the data, and we give suggestions on the basis of these evidences that we received there in the form of data. In qualitative, that is in the form of opinions, in the form of views, by consulting stakeholders or by knowing their views, their suggestions, their recommendations. These all aided in the qualitative um, data. So, quantitative and qualitative, both kind of data provide support for the curriculum evaluation. So, includes these all kind of advancements if needed here, and kind of gap is there, try to fill this gap also. And the need of the curriculum also arises from the following questions. This is to conclude that do the students understand adequately the contents of various subject taught? If they are able to understand, it means our curriculum is effective. Do the students accept the curriculum? Means that whether they are ready to accept it or a kind of motivation is not there, they are not ready, I will not opt this paper because it is very difficult. This is general comment or remark from the side of the students. So, why it is difficult? It is difficult because the content is difficult sometime, or sometime it happens that the pedagogy that adopted by the teacher is not suitable for that particular subject, and sometimes the teacher is not presenting it in a scientific manner, in a haphazard manner presenting. So, these students would never like to opt this curriculum. So, try to manage the curriculum in such a way that passing through simple to complex and passing through a kind of scientific processes, curriculum should be prepared so that students are able to understand that really it is a wonderful subject and I should opt it in later stages also. Can the curriculum be used effectively in normal school settings? So, just to know that what kind of settings are there and these settings are appropriate for the need of the students, just to check it. Does the curriculum need special facilities for its proper implementation? So, the resources provided in the institutions are appropriate, or the resources provided in the institutions are having certain kind of modifications or certain kind of they are not adequate in number, they are not appropriate for learning experiences. So, these questions may also be give the good and reply when the curriculum evaluator is going to the field and we are evaluating any curriculum. So, these questions should also be given the answer just to know the effectiveness of that particular education system. So, so this is about the sources through which you may go through to get the enriched knowledge of this lecture. So, thank you very much, and I do hope that you could be able to understand that what is the need of curriculum evaluation in any school system or in any higher education system. So, enjoy it, your learnings, and I do hope that things will be very clear in your mind. So, be happy and be healthy. Thank you very much.